this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. Tonight I'm going to show you a yellow flower arrangement painted on this vase or candle holder, however you want to use it. I use these and clean them off to reuse them in my videos. So this is not something I'm actually selling, it's just a design that I'm showing you how to do. So we're going to get started tonight with a number 12 Royal Aquilon Filbert Brush, a 1/4 inch Scruffy Brush, which is a plaid brush, and I think I need that. And then a number 12 flat brush. Just trying to figure out what all I was using here. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get started using Thicket, Happy Green, School Bus Yellow, Wicker White, Sunflower, and Yellow Ochre. Alright, so I'm going to get started using a combination of all three of the yellows, and I'm just dipping my brush, I just said Wicker White, dipping my brush into, I'm not double loading or whatever, triple loading, I'm just dipping the brush into the paint, and then I'm going to paint the petal design using the 3 different colors, well actually 4 different colors, because I am including white. And I will just go around. I'm doing a petal that has, I make a point here and then I pull it down, and that's intentional. And this paint, I'm just taking the paints and using the tip of this brush and just pulling them in like that. It will have actually some texture to it because of the way I'm pulling it, and maybe not all the petals will look identical, but this is intentional. Alright, so we keep doing this and keep building on it, and it doesn't matter which way the tip goes as far as the point that you're going to have come up. You can rotate them so they're going different directions, or you can have them going all the same direction. It doesn't matter. And any of you who watch my videos know that I like to try to get it as opaque as possible. One reason is that it makes it more durable. And you can just keep working with the paint until you feel like you've got enough layering done that it's, you know, showing the colors that you want it to show and have the coverage that you want. I'm going to pull this one over here where I can see it a little bit better. And like I said, I'm using 4 different colors on this. And just on the top chisel edge of this brush, creating the design. So if you know if you're familiar with basic leaf and petal designs or shapes, that's very helpful when you're doing something like this, because you're going to really be just kind of drawing it in. That's what I feel like I'm doing. And I'm pulling in strips of paint, but I'm also doing the shape of the petal. I like that. And of course you can always go over it if you feel like you didn't get it covered as well as you wanted. But I'm fine with this, especially when it's just on a vase or a candle holder. It's not as important as if it were on a glass that you're going to be using a lot and handling a lot. That's something you have to keep in mind too, is the durability of the items you're creating. And I do apologize, but my furnace is getting ready to start up again. I always seem to hit that just right. So it might make it a little hard for you to hear me, and I do apologize for that. But I do create my videos down in my basement, and that goes along with the territory, at least for now. Alright, I'm just going to keep turning this and continuing to build my flower. And you can make this flower 5 petal, 6 petal, however you want, however many petals you want or can fit. All the petals, all the flowers don't actually have to have the same amount of petals. If your brush gets too full of paint, just, wash it off or scrape it off, however you want. So again, this is easy. You just have to learn some basic shapes of the petals, the flower petals, and then just be able to touch and pull, your paint on. You're multi-loading the brush or just dipping in and pulling more on. Up to you. See, in this way, I'm bringing the petal. I like the basic shapes of the petals. Kind of leaving a center open if you can. If you can't, that's really not a big deal. You'll still be able to tap in your center. And just keep working it. I'm going to have 3 petals. Well, that's my goal at least. Or 3 flowers, excuse me. I know what I'm saying. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those below. If once you watch this video, you like the video, please give me a big thumbs up. Once the video is finished, there is a share button at the bottom. You'll find that. Make sure you share this video if you would please. I'd appreciate it. Please share it with any of your friends and family, and through your social network. I would truly be grateful. I like to have the tip there, so I don't want to get rid of that. So I have to make sure I pull that in. Keep working it here. And it's going to be 3 flowers in this design. Alright, I'm going to move. Scrape my brush off and move. And move over this way, like this. Pull it through. I just have to be careful that I don't touch the other flower to my paper, because I'm afraid I'm going to mess it up. I'm trying to be cautious with it. Yeah, very simple, meant to be simple. My videos are meant to be simple for people to learn to paint. There's definitely different techniques, and this is an easy one. If you can hold a paintbrush, you can do this. I'm going to keep working it. Right, I'm going to turn it. Like I said, it just takes a little time to build the paint for the leaf. Okay. Just maybe be careful you don't make them too big, because it's not really supposed to be a huge flower. See, I'm just pulling it and tapping it. And I just keep adding more paint to my brush. I can make it wider if I feel like it needs to be. If I feel like it's too long, too big of a petal, I can wash it off and start again. For the purpose of the video though, I'm going to leave it as it is. And I think it's fine, so I'm going to leave it. And pull it. And you could also touch these petals with some darker brown if you wanted to. I'm using the yellow ochre in hopes that that will help give me enough different contrast in my petals. But again, if you want even more, a darker color would be great. I'm going to turn this so I can hold it by the stem. Alright, so then this one, I'm going to go like that because I want the curve. Like I said, you can rotate the curves, you can have them all go in the same direction, it doesn't really matter. A little point. And here we go. Definitely a fun flower to paint. Very interesting and fun flower. Alright. Alright, a few more petals to add. And yeah, I am overlapping, which is fine. Not a problem. If you don't want to do that, you can keep your flowers separated. That's up to you. If you don't want to overlap each other, I don't have a problem with it. I think it makes it look more natural. But if you have a problem with it, then just put them side by side. Or make buds. Because you can make them look like buds too if you want. Alright. Try not to take too long on this. I just don't like really long videos. And we'll tip this one off so it goes that way. My little tip. And you want to overlap the petals on the flower itself. And you can make them so that you can tell the difference between one petal to the next. Vary the colors on the petal so that you can see it. Or at the end you can come back in and line it. Alright, so we're going to do one last petal. I guess I'm going to try to hurry here so I don't have too long of a video. I'm sorry if it's turning out to be too long. I always worry about that because I don't really like real long videos myself. And just tipping it. And with this I'm trying to make sure that I don't touch my glass to the paper below, because I definitely want this to be a nice design for you. Not one I stick my fingers in. I'm good at that too. Like I said, we'll keep going here real quickly. I hope you like this design. Like I said, it's easy. If you again feel like you're not getting the coverage you want, maybe give it some dry time or hit it with a dryer, hair dryer, heat gun, whatever you have available to you, and dry it some and hit it again with some paint. Or if you like, the look of kind of drawing the colors in, or using the brush a certain way to create that look, then you're good. Get some white in here. I know my brush is getting full of paint. I feel like I'm not getting my tip the way I want it. Alright, a few more petals. Bring it around like that. That's why I say it's easier when you know like some basic petal shapes. Add some more paint. If you know the basic petal shapes, then it's easy to put the petals in. Scrape some paint off. I should be using this paint, honestly. Alright, so now I have it like this. I'm kind of doing it backwards. Oh, that's okay. Use your chisel edge to bring some in. Got my point. Put this in. Tap it in. Alright. Okay, and I'm going to turn it this way. A couple more petals to do and we'll be done with this part of it. And you could make some of these a little smaller too. I feel like I've made these all pretty big now, covering up the center, which is fine. Like I said, that happens. I really didn't want to do that, but okie dokie. All right. Here we go. Yeah, there's so many different flowers, and then you can just do some designs that really aren't specific flowers or just specific shapes and such. It doesn't have to be a real flower to paint it. It can be a made-up flower. Some people probably think that sounds crazy, but it really doesn't have to be something real. Okay, let's move on to the next one. This one I think I'm just going to do it as a 5-petal and leave it at that. So like my video is going to be too long. And that's fine. We'll create the little tip over this way. And there we go. Like I said, whether they're 4 or 5, or not 4, but however, 5 or 6, it's fine. Alright, so then I take my little Scruffy, and I'm doing the cinnamon and the burnt umber, which I did forget to tell you about. So I have cinnamon and burnt umber in here too. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and tap in the centers. Hopefully I can do this. It's wet on wet, so it may be a little bit more challenging to do. And if you're finding that it is challenging, hit it with a hairdryer. It's my recommendation. I'm going to hit that in the center, come around here. I wanted them to look a little bit nicer than this, but like I said, when you're doing wet on wet, it's a whole new ball game. That's my center. Then I'm going to move over and do the next one. And I'm doing the burnt umber on the outer part, or at least at the top. And then it has the cinnamon at the bottom. Tap that in the center a little bit. Put some cinnamon in the center. Alright, one more. I don't know if I'm getting paint on myself. Now this is going to be a real challenge since I did actually paint over the center. This is one reason why you would like to not do that, but I wasn't paying attention and I did. So just need some patience and just work with it. You'll get it. Alright guys, I'm sorry about that. I must be making really long videos today because my card keeps filling up. So anyhow, let's get this finished. And I'm just going to go ahead and pull this back in here. Like I said, it's a little bit harder to do some flipping of the leaves when you're on the glass like this. For some reason it's just not as easy, but it's, you know, just making a different kind of a leaf for your design. And you can do, like I said, you can double them up if you want, or just have single ones. Don't have to have a lot of leaves on this design. I'm just going to wiggle a little bit and then pull it back, and if you want to turn your brush and come back, you can, like that. Again, I'm not going to have like a ton of leaves on this one. You know, you can put them every so often if you want, and then just kind of pull it back a little bit and go like that. Did I get it on there? Sorry if I didn't. I'm trying to see where I'm at here. Okay, so like on this one, I'm just kind of wiggling it a little bit and pulling it back some and then turning it. Now, with it pulling the glass or pulling the paint, you can just go over it with some extra paint to fill it in if you want. You know, if it's doing that. Let's see here. For some reason, it's just a little harder to get like that. Anyhow, you get the gist, and you know, on your stem down here, you can do kind of, you know, the same thing. We're just doing simple little leaves. Like that. Alright, so there you have it. Cute little yellow flowers on a vase. Very easy, meant to be for beginners. Alright, if you like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, again, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and then once you're done watching the video, if you would share, hit that share button, share this video with all your friends and family, I would appreciate it. Alright, until the next one, you have a good one.